All right, now that we've looked at our stance, we've learned how to draw, we've learned how to produce power and likewise retain our weapon, let's get into our basic strikes. These strikes are inspired from Filipino martial arts and use a lot of their basic techniques. Likewise, you're going to see some boxing influence with how we apply these strikes. What's important to understand is these strikes apply to any handheld weapon, be it a flashlight, knife, tactical pen, you use your cell phone because that's all you have in your hand. Anything can replace the tactical flashlight in your hand. We're looking more at the angle of attack that we're using. Likewise, if you don't have any tool in your hands, these techniques still apply with their empty hand variants and likewise can translate into other techniques. So for right now, we're going to go over our basic 5 strikes that we're going to be using for our weapons-based combatives. Right? That is a forehand, backhand, straight punch, hook, and uppercut. Once again, forehand. This is a diagonal strike initially aiming for the temple of our opponent. Backhand. Diagonal attack going to the other side of our opponent here, aiming at their temple. Straight. Much like a boxer's jab or cross, but using the bottom of our fist or the weapon that is in our hand. Straight punch here, aiming at the nose of our assailant. Hook. You can use this strike in 2 ways, using the thumb side of your weapon or raking across your opponent's face with the bottom of our weapon here. Uppercut. Digging deep, aiming for the solar plexus or the chin of our opponent. Like with the hook punch, we can use the thumb side of our weapon, thrusting up, or the pinky side of our weapon, raking and scraping from the belly up. Think of it as I'm zipping up their jacket all the way up to their chin. So once again, forehand, backhand, straight, hook, uppercut. Those are the 5 basic strikes that we're using for our weapons combatives here. Let's see it against a post here, imitating an assailant. From the other side. As you can see, I'm hitting this hard metal pole using this rubber flashlight as a force multiplier. My hand stays okay. But likewise, if I do have to strike with an empty hand, I'm going to use primarily hammer fists and palm strikes to apply these same basic strikes. So again, these techniques translate into our empty hands if we can't access our flashlight or we don't have a tool with us. And likewise, they are multiplied in power when we have a force multiplier in our hands. So go ahead, practice those same basic strikes. Use your hip punching to apply those strikes together. Turn your hip into those strikes. All right, go ahead and practice.